Well, what a wet and wonderful day it is here in sunny Wales. Absolutely soaked already, and I haven't even found a photograph yet. But today we're trying out a brand new camera. A camera I've never tried before. In fact, a camera brand I've never tried before. So I'm super excited about that. We'll get on to that in a minute. But yeah, I'm venturing through a woodland today to see if I can find some photographs. Spring is just starting here in the UK. Or should I say the very early signs of it. So I'm hopeful I can come up with something here today. These conditions though, it's going to be a very, very challenging day of photography, I think. Trying to keep the gear dry, trying to learn a new camera system. So I'm going to keep walking and hopefully we can find some images this morning. A photograph at last. It's only been 3 hours of walking to find it, but a photograph at last. Right, let's get set up. Oh man, these conditions are awful. But if you put the work in, sometimes you get rewarded, don't you? It's been very, very challenging. Lots of fog about, however, not as perhaps foggy as you would like it for woodland photography, which is why I haven't filmed a lot really. I've been looking for a subject, and I have found a subject here, looking across this valley, this woodland glade if you like. I've got an oak tree, which is my main focal point. I'm using a telephoto lens. I'm at 135mm, and I'm just focusing on that oak tree. It's got some lovely mossy limbs to it which drag out to the left hand side of the frame, and just beyond that there's two redwood trees we can just see the tops of, and then the hillside beyond that is laden with heavy fog and rain. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice. The light on the oak tree is very, very nice. The conditions changing quite rapidly, so what I am doing is I've just set up here and I'm being patient and I'm taking a few shots as these conditions change. Every now and again the rain subsides and we get a little bit more heavy fog rolling through, and that displays a little bit more of the background. So yeah, you might have noticed that I'm shooting with a different camera today, like I mentioned earlier, and this is the Canon R5, a full frame professional camera. I've been a professional photographer for over 15 years and I've never tried Canon cameras, so I just thought I'd get one out on loan for a week or so, put it through its paces and see if it would be any good for landscape photography. Just more of a curiosity thing really, see if it's something I might want to consider in the future. But yeah, overall I'm enjoying using it so far, and this is only the first image I've taken on it. Nice telephoto shot to start the day off. Anyway, I'm going to get this gear dried up, get it packed up and see if we can find another image this morning.
I just want to quickly pause the video for a second to tell you about my spring photography project. Keep watching though, as conditions get very tasty in a minute and I end up capturing one of my favourite photos of the year so far. So yeah, I'm starting a spring photography project where I'll be going out and shooting the wonders of spring for 30 continuous days. It's going to be tough, but I'm hoping to create a body of work and produce something tangible at the end of it. Who knows where it will lead, but if you'd like to follow along with my journey, so to speak, you can do so by joining my newsletter, as I'll be posting a blog style letter every Sunday throughout the whole project period, talking about the highs and lows and sharing some of my thoughts and images too. I'll also be sharing some bits on my Instagram stories and the community posts here on YouTube. The link to my newsletter and Instagram is down in the video description. There's also a free 30-minute photography class that you can watch when you sign up to my newsletter, all about how I use photography filters for landscape photography. So yeah, that's well worth a look too. Anyway, let's get back to the rather wet and incredibly foggy video.
This place is incredible. Just stumbled across this. The rain's eased up a little bit and we've got really dense, thick fog now, which is fantastic for this little location just here. So I'm pretty sure there's a few photographs to be had in this location. It looks like it might be a shot for the 24-70 because the graduation between the trees and the sky is fantastic with this heavy fog. So this is a really challenging scene to shoot, mainly because the wind is coming straight at the front element, and the rain and the spray off these trees, every single time I remove the lens cloth from the front, it's just getting caked up again with raindrops. So that's particularly challenging, but I do like the scene. I've gone for a really wide shot with 24mm on the 24-70 f2.8, and so I've just moved myself left and right a little bit to try and get as much separation between each individual trunk as possible. And I like how there's so much space between the trees as well. That's really nice. I think that works really well. Keep wiping, keep taking shots, and the law of averages says one of them will be good. One or two technical issues here. There we go. It's not the day for cinematic videography. Anyway, I found an amazing scene here, one that I absolutely love, and the reason I like it so much is because of symmetry. And we've got this one single oak tree in the middle with this holly bush at the bottom surrounding it, and it's equally balanced either side of the main trunk, which is great, and the trees either side of it reach up as well at a diagonal angle towards the main oak there in the centre. So we've got lots of symmetry, lots of repeating patterns, lots of rhythm, and the fog is so dense and this rain is so heavy that this scene is so ethereal looking. It just suits. Well, my camera keeps shutting down, but as I was saying, we are recording. As I was saying, this scene in here is everything I look for in a woodland. It's such ethereal, fairy tale looking scene. It's absolutely great. And I'm going to go ahead and take this image now while the camera is still running. It keeps shutting down for some reason today. I'm having a right nightmare trying to film this vlog. But we're at f8, 13th of a second, ISO 100, focus centrally on the tree, 2-second timer on. What more is there I can possibly say about this image other than I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So I've moved away from my last location, which was fantastic. I really enjoyed it there. I think I managed to get a couple of images I was really, really pleased with. And these conditions, you know, even though I've probably done a little bit of complaining today, they are very, very difficult to work in. But these are the conditions that we get the best images, you know, when the elements are throwing everything at us with the heavy torrential rain. Sometimes it's wind, or if it's cold, freezing conditions. Generally speaking, it's those types of conditions that will get our best images as a landscape photographers. So this particular scene here, I've actually shot before, and it was in the early part of last summer, I think. So long-term viewers of the channel may recognise this scene, but I didn't have heavy, dense fog like I do today, but I did have nice light. But I've always wanted to shoot this in heavy fog, and that's what we've got right now. So I'm going to shoot this scene today. Basically, the composition is made up of 2 oak trees, and it's the way their branches spread out across the scene that really I find quite striking. the tree in the foreground has got a branch that's snapped off, and the mosses on the trunks of the trees looks absolutely fantastic in this wet, and they're covered with ivy and they're all intermingling with each other. Looks fantastic, I think. So I am going to go ahead and shoot this. I'm at f8, 13th of a second ISO 100, 2-second timer on. And don't forget to wipe your lens for the 500th time. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. Okay, 2-second timer. Wow, just dream conditions today. I absolutely love being out when it's like this, getting a good soak in, absolutely brilliant. If you're interested in how I shoot handheld, I know we've been shooting on a tripod today, but if you're interested in how I shoot handheld photography, be sure to check out this video over here. It runs through how I go about the whole process in terms of my camera settings and everything, and managing ISO, that type of thing, and shutter speed. It's well worth a look. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because that really helps, and subscribe if you'd like to see future content like this. But until next week, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.